So this is it. We're in Bermondsey Boxing Club, where we are doing another one of these community shoots with the Maverick Stars Trust. Yeah, come on, let's have a little look around. Come and have a look around. So this is all about inspiring. It's a lovely gym. It's all about inspiring the next generation. I think that's probably a better way of putting it. Yeah, so we get some of the fighters like young Fran coming down. We've got Dubois. If you just want to spin around, Dubois is topping the bill on Saturday night, and she's come down to show her support as well. Come on in, let's go, Caroline. So let's talk firstly about your fight on Saturday night. Tell us a little bit about your opponent and how excited you are to be boxing Saturday.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be headlining, my first headliner. I'm excited to be doing my 10-rounders, fighting at 135, fighting for a title. There's so many, pluses and so many firsts for me. So it's going to be a good event for me to just see how I feel at this weight, see how I perform under the lights, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to put on a good performance and hopefully get a stoppage.
We're going to specifically focus today on maybe biological side of things, so menstrual cycles, which certainly aren't researched enough and not spoken about enough, could affect you sort of weight when they're trying to make weight, training, how they recover. Possibly we're going to talk about the sort of eating and dieting side, the sort of long-term effects of that, whether it sort of develops into eating disorders. So yeah, we're just going to sort of go around the sort of topics that aren't really discussed very often.
A lot of people don't think about the menstrual cycle and things like that, but that menstrual cycle hits you when you're making weight, It doesn't just have an impact on you physically, but mentally, It affects a lot of things. You can get maybe a bit more moody when you're in it and stuff. So, yeah, I think it's definitely something we need to talk about a bit more and make young girls feel a bit more okay about.
I've been ignorant to it. I've never really talked about anything like that, and the amount of challenges that they have to go through. But the reason we want to get involved is we speak to the fighters. We see everything that they've had to get through even to become a professional fighter, and it's far more than a men's boxing where they've got the opponents and they've got the dreams and they've got the titles. They've had to fight through so much, and so the investment starts now, because that's what's going to create a better sport down the line and a better place for females to come through. And it is amazing to see. But when you have Caroline and Fran, who are turning over at 22 years old and 18 years old, but they've still had to go into gyms where they weren't welcome, I think that shows that we're still in that transition period, and do anything to help it.
It's going really well. Got a very talented bunch of girls here. Really good. Some of them, obviously, a lot of them compete, but the standard's very high, so it makes the job a little bit easier. Very enjoyable as well.
It's inspiring and it's motivating for me because, as you said, women are starting to top bills, women are starting to take attention. People want to see the fights that are around, We've seen Sandy Ryan fight Jessica McCaskill, Chantel Cameron and Katie Taylor. There's fights now that people are actually really interested in and banging on about and calling for. So just as long as there's interest, there will always be attention, and I'm just happy to be now considered a name in the mix.